Hi, my name is Joseph Alai. Welcome to my channel. And today I want to explain to you how to manifest your greatest desires by shedding the limited mind and assuming the position of a person who has what you want. This is the basic, most essential, fundamental teaching of manifestation from which all techniques and ideas are derived. In fact, if you use this fundamental and compare it to any teaching that you hear, you will be able to prove or disprove whatever you're hearing if it's true or false. So it's extremely powerful. This continues on in the videos that I've been releasing about the contents of awareness, who you truly are, the fact that you are God, and how to create your reality. So through metaphors, I would very much like to describe again how to more specifically, deliberately, and confidently manifest anything that you want. For me, I have utilized these techniques thousands and thousands of times. I've manifested trips, I've manifested a business, I've manifested love, I've manifested more things than I can possibly count. And I have the journals and experiences to prove it. So continuing from the last video as an explanation, you don't need that video for this one, but if you're following along, that one will lead you perfectly into this one. So imagine again that you are Joseph Alai who fell asleep in San Diego, but you dream that you are Jon Snow in Westeros, the bastard son of Eddard Stark. Jon Snow, you are fully identified with Jon Snow. Although you are asleep, you are fully identified with him, believe you are him, and although you experience your thoughts, ideas, beliefs, attitudes, etc. on the inside and experience Westeros on the outside, or at least that's what it appears to you, you're really just Joseph Alai dreaming on a bed in San Diego. So everything that you're experiencing in the dream is really just in the indivisible mind of Joseph Alai. It's not a real place or thing. Nevertheless, continuing from that experience, you are unaware entirely, the same as a dream, that you are actually Joseph Alai sleeping on a bed. Completely no idea. And the world suddenly appears before you, and you're experiencing Winterfell, and you have Sansa as a sister, and all the different roles and characters that are in Game of Thrones, so to speak. You are fully in that world. The more you continue on as Jon Snow, the more you forget that you were Joseph Alai, dreaming on the bed of San Diego. You live day in and day out in Westeros. Your brother falls off a castle and becomes paralyzed. Your other brother, I guess I shouldn't really ruin all the stories, but your other brother goes off and does a lot of other things, and ultimately life gets harder and more stressed out. Now, again, you firmly believe, or in this case, Joseph Alai firmly believes that he is Jon Snow in Westeros. In fact, Jon Snow has no concept or idea that he's actually just in a dream. And so the more he continues and the more he struggles, the more pain, the more agony, and things just don't feel right, right? In San Diego, Joseph Alai lives a normal day-to-day life. He goes to work, he has friends, etc. But Jon Snow lives a completely different life. He is looked down upon. He's not treated normally like everyone else because he's a bastard. And things just always go wrong. The more he struggles, the more things get worse, and the more he struggles. So he's continuously building and struggling in his mind. The plots are thickening. He's going further and further and further. And the further he goes and the more he forces, the worse things get. But in reality, there is no Jon Snow. Now, the more he battles the idea of who he is and trying to change his concept of self, he tries to do this thing, he tries to do that thing. He's struggling with this idea of being this character in Westeros. The more he struggles, the more he solidifies the fact that he is Jon Snow in Westeros. And the deeper he goes, the more forgetting that he is of who he truly is. Now, there is no way to break free from Jon Snow by struggling and battling and fighting and doing whatever he's doing to try to make himself feel better. The only way to change things is to completely stop doing what he's doing, to clear out the contents of his new mind, of Jon Snow's mind, and then ultimately he'll forget Jon Snow, and his self as it always was is Joseph Alai. So in other words, the moment he relaxes his mind and settles and lets his thoughts settle down and is not interrupted by what to do tomorrow and how to battle this person and how to take the journey here to save this person, and he just lets it settle, inherently he is only Joseph Alai. Now this is an analog to infinite consciousness. God freely assumes you as a person, and you truly believe that you have these limitations, just as in the dream, Westeros is the limitation of Joseph Alai. But in reality, once you relax and let your thoughts settle, your true self, that awareness itself, that pure awareness, is God. So in the dream, Jon Snow begins to relax. He starts to what's called SelfRemember, which is allowing the idea of Jon Snow to evaporate, and what's left is Joseph Alai. And the moment he remembers he's Joseph Alai, things begin to change. He can suddenly contemplate, imagine things, and watch them appear. Just as in a regular dream, when you become lucid, things begin to appear. But thinking from the point of view of Jon Snow, nothing is achievable. He can't manifest or change anything. It's only when he shuts down the mind and just lets all that fade away, so he is his indivisible, essential self, that's when the creation happens. So in other words, in reality, the analog to that is when we're in the midst of a problem, when you need money, when you're in debt, when you want your lover, the more you're thinking from the point of view of yourself of this want, or you're thinking of yourself not having it, or you're thinking from the point of view of yourself, period, nothing is attainable. Barely anything is attainable. This is why when you're anxious and fearful and wanting, when you imagine, nothing happens. But when you entirely cease to think from your own perspective, meaning letting the mind settle, you are only who you truly, really are, which is God. And then once you assume the point of view of a new character, it will manifest. So more clearly, again, when you are, I'll put it as my experience, me as Joseph Alai right now, if I, in the midst of having a conversation about everyone that I am, or all the things that I am, I'm 31 years old, I live in San Diego, I have this, I have that. If I then, from the point of view of myself, begin to imagine myself as a different person, meaning add another feature to who I am right now, it's impossible to do so because I'm thinking from a fictitious, limited, dreamed mind. But once I'm no longer thinking about the problem, when I'm no longer thinking about myself, when I'm no longer remembering Joseph Alai, meaning in the form of meditation, in the form of relaxation, or in the form of something that removes the thoughts of yesterday, tomorrow, and today, such as counting, breathing, etc., we are no longer thinking from the limited point of view of our mind. And we are then pure God. That is what awareness is, right? It says God's name is I am. And when we no longer have Joseph Alai to add to that statement, all we are is I am. If you said to yourself, I am Joseph Alai, how do you get to be God? Well, you already are by the predicate, or the preface, I'm saying the wrong phrase, I am. When we remove Joseph Alai from that, there's nothing blocking anymore. There's no more interference. There's no more limitation. And so whatever you predicate now after the I am, you will absolutely become. But if you're thinking from the point of view of I am Joseph Alai who is rich, you're going too far down the path. Just as when Jon Snow is trying to feel better, he's battling and trying to change things and become king or what have you, that is to no avail. He had to completely cease to be himself, meaning Jon Snow, and all that was left was Jon Snow. It's like a statue, right? I think there's I'm remembering now, there's a famous quote by Michelangelo, and someone asked him about how he could so marvelously or miraculously sculpt. And he said, all I see is David, and I'm removing everything that's not him. And that is exactly what is happening. We remove everything that is not us, meaning Joseph Alai. All we're left with is awareness. Be still and know that I am God. And once we attain that through meditation, through relaxation, through counting backwards, or whatever have you, shutting out the door, shutting out reality, from that point of view, when there's no predicate, when there's no awareness of being something, you can then assume the point of view of your desire. Meaning, if you want that relationship so bad, you relax, and then after you no longer want it, you no longer think about it, you're no longer needing it or having it or remembering it, you imagine yourself as that person now. And that is how you manifest your reality. You're nailing your consciousness on a new one. But in order to do that, you need to detach it from the old. And that's exactly how manifestation is done. So let not anyone tell you that it's the technique itself that manifests. It is only by means of becoming conscious of something. And when you do that, you want your riches, relax, take breaths, get into a state that's conducive to manifestation, the I am state, and then imagine that you already have it, that you're thinking from the point of view of that person, and it is guaranteed. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. If it was, like this, subscribe if you want more. This stuff works. It's been tested by tens of thousands of people and systematically works. Hit the bell icon and stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching.